There are a few things you have to remember for this test. One is the exponential form. One is the log form. And then one is the property. So anybody know what is the exponential form in words? So think about 5 squared equal to 25. If you translate that in words, what would that be? Started with base.
Exponent.
Raised to an exponent equal to answer. So don't mix it up, please. The log form, we can think of it as log. If I'm changing this to a log form, it would be what? The base is, what is the base? If I'm using that, huh? 5. 25 equal to 2, because the word is log. You have a base, and then what? Answer equal to exponent. Okay? All right, the property, you can look at that. We say if we have log base a, ax equal to, when they match, what happened, huh?
Equals to x.
Yes, so for this particular one, we have log base 5. If we change the 5 to 5 raised to, if we change the 25 to 5 square, then the answer should be 2, right? So that equal to 2, right? So that all related. And then there's 2 more things you need to remember. One is the change of base formula. So change of base formula, say if you have like a little base here and then a giant number here, then you can change it to either log base 10 or ln, which is log base e, right? So, but which letter, which one go to the top, which one go to the bottom?
Big one goes to the top.
The giant size, whatever that is, go to the top, right? And the little base go to the bottom. So just remember the little base go to the bottom, okay? All right, so that you need to know. One more thing is when you see ln e equal to what? 1. Very good. All right, so those are the things you probably want to review and remember for the test. And then we're going to do some questions together. We ready? So one of the questions will ask you to change from exponential form to log form. And one of the questions will ask you to change from log form to exponential form. So it's very important for you to review those like here, okay? Just write several times. Just do the best you can, okay? So log and exponential. If I give you the question that is exponential h raised to a equal to c. And this one we give you the question log base 2 7 equal to m. So go ahead and write me the answer. Change them to the other form. Okay, what do we get? The first one is log. The base is h. C equal to a. Is everybody okay? And then the exponential form would be basis 2 raised to m equal to 7. It may seem easy, but it's easy to make a mistake too. So make sure you know those forms very well. Okay, then you will have a question like the next one. If we have log base 3 and then you have a 9 here, or if I have log base 3, 1 over 27. What is the answer? So this is kind of using the log base ax equal to x form to solve. So this is log base 3, right? We can change the 9 to what?
3 squared.
3 raised to the second power, which means the answer should be just 2, right? Because we can cancel. And then the other guy, I also want to change it to log base 3, 3 to some power, right? But this one is a little bit harder. But I know 27 can be broken down as what? 3 times 9 and 3 times 3, right? Which means 27 is the same as 3 to the third power. So I can think of it as log base 3. This is 1 over. I can replace my 27 with, this is 3 to the third power, right? But like you say, because it's 1 over, whenever we have 1 over, it represents what kind of exponent? Negative exponent. So this would be log base 3, 3 raised to, because it's 1 over, so it's a negative 3 power. Can you see that? So once we have that, we can cancel, right? So the answer should be what? Just negative 3. Is that okay? All right, so you have one question like that, and there's another question saying use the change of base formula to solve this. So remember the giant and the little base. So we can use the calculator, but we will have to use the change of base formula first. Okay, so for the change of base formula, you can either change it to log base 10 or ln. The answer should be the same, right? But which one go to the top? The giant size 5 go to the top, the little base go to the bottom, right? So try to use your calculator. I want 2 decimal places. Anybody got it?
0.53.
Okay, I have a 0.53. Anybody second that? Okay. Can we do that? So the first few questions, you have to review the things I talked about at the beginning, okay? There would be another question like the following. They want you to solve 3x minus 5 equal to, say, 8. Okay, so what should I do?
In log form.
You don't have to for this particular one. Why? Because I can change both sides to have
2 is the base.
same base. So if I can get same base on both sides, 1 on each side, then I can cancel the base. What would be a good base to change this to? 2. So this already have 2, so that's convenient. And 8 can be rewritten as 2 to the third power. So when you have the same base, 1 on each side, and they are the same, I can do what? Cancel the base. So just 3x minus 5 will equal to 3, and then what? Add 5 both sides. 3x equal to 8, so x equal to 8 over 3. Is that okay? So this one is a little bit easier because they can change to have the same base on both sides. Are we okay with one of those? Okay, the next one. What should I do with something like that?
The exponential form.
Yeah, I'm stuck with log form, so when that happens, you want to change it to exponential form. So if that's the case, then what? Start with
2.
2 is your base, raised to
3.
3 is your exponent, equal to 4x minus, that was actually 5. So are we okay changing it? So it's very important you know how to change it from one form to the other form, okay? Okay, so 2 to the third power is 8 equal to 4x minus 5. So now what do we do? Add 5 both sides. And then we have 13 equal to 4x minus, 4x. And then what? Divide by 4 both sides. So x equal to 13 divided by 4. Is that okay? Questions? Okay, the next part, they're going to do the expanding the log from 4.3. So, one of them say log base 4 a squared cube root of b minus c. And the other one say ln of g to the 5th power divided by b. So remember, how do we expand? If it's multiplication, we turn it into additions. If it's division, we turn it into subtractions. And if it's an exponent, it moves to where? The front as coefficient. So those are the major rules. So the first one is what? The first one is a multiplication, division, or what is it?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. So it's going to turn into additions. Okay. So let's see if we have a. How many terms do we have? 2 terms. Both of them come with log base 4. Now become additions. One come with what? A square. And the other one come with?
Cube root of b minus c.
Yeah, cube root of b minus c. Anybody know like a cube root can turn into what kind of exponent? 1/3, because this is 1 here, right? And the root number, like power, this is 3, right? So that's your root number. And then those exponents need to go where? To the front of that term, right? So we're going to have 2 log base 4a plus 1/3 log base 4b minus c. Is that okay? So similar on the next one, this is division. It's going to turn into subtraction. How many terms? 2 terms. Both of them come with ln, right? So the first term you have g to the 5th power, and then b. Anything else I need to do? Move the exponent to the very front here. So you're going to have 5 ln of g subtracting ln of b. Are we okay with that? Expanding? No, it's only the exponent. Okay, so the exponent here is 1. So even though if you move it, it's still going to look the same. Other questions? So those are for the expanding part for 4.3. And then we have the condensing part, which is doing the opposite, right? Let me see. So we can do, why this a single log? Okay, so if we're writing as a single log, we have one question, say 6 log k plus 4 log n. 1/5 of ln A minus 2 ln B minus 3. I bought in an old exam and it's missing the last page. So I have to somehow go get something else to show you. Okay, so let's see. What do we do first?
Put the exponent.
Yeah, whenever you see a number in front of log, it will turn into exponent. Coefficient turn back into exponent. And then also we see addition, so it's going to turn into multiplication. How many log do we have when we're done? Just one, right? Because it's supposed to be single log. So log, we're going to multiply this together, k to the 6 and to the 4. Are we okay? Addition become multiplication again because they want a single log. Okay, the next one. This is first, you see number in front, so they're going to move and turn back into exponent. And then they have subtraction. Subtraction is going to turn into division. And then we should end up with just single log, right? So we have ln A, the 1/5 go back as exponent, subtracting ln B minus 3, and the 2 move back as exponent. And then it turned the subtraction back to division, right? So how many ln should I write? Just one ln, okay? And then the top part is A. This is 1/5 power. 1/5 power can be written as what? The 5th root of A, because it's 1/5, right? The root number is 5. And then the bottom part we have B minus 3 squared. So look at this again and see if you have questions.
Do you have to write it?
Yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, question for that. Okay, on this one they added a question from before. That is the inverse of function. So hopefully you still remember how to find inverse of function. So let's see. So if I need to find inverse, and the function look like this. Anybody remember the step to find inverse? Inverse basically means we are switching what? X and y at some point, right? Before we can switch x and y, why now I don't see y, right? So I should do what first?
Change the f of x to
F of x need to change to y. So once we have y, then we can swap, right? X switch with y. And then I need a function, so I should solve for y. And at the end, I'm finding inverse of function, so I'm going to switch my y to the inverse of a function. So those would be the steps. So if you don't know how to do it, that is why I need a step, so I can give you some credit, right? So first, we're going to change f of x to y. Everybody's okay? And then next, we do what? Switch x and y. And then we need to solve for y. So this part is a little bit difficult, right? How do we solve for y? So I don't really like fraction. If there's a way I can get rid of the denominator, that would be good. Yeah, multiply both sides with the denominator. So we're going to get rid of the denominator by multiplying the LCD, which is y minus 5, to both sides. So if we multiply the denominator to both sides, we can get rid of it. So we need to multiply the left side with y minus 5 and the other side with y minus 5. Okay, so we are going to get rid of the denominator on the right-hand side. This cancel with that. So, but on this side, we have x times y minus 5, right? Equal to y plus 11. So when we have that, what do we need to do? What happened here? Distribute the x in here, so we get xy minus 5x equal to y plus 11, right? And then what? We are solving for y, so all the terms with y need to go together. So let's see. So let's move the y to the left-hand side. I already have xy here, right? If I move this guy to the left-hand side, what do we get? Minus y. Can we see that? I'm just moving this guy to the left-hand side. Equal to, I already have 11 here, right? If I move this guy over here, then what will happen? Plus 5x. Okay, anybody have question? I'm just moving things around. All the y term need to go here, all the term without y go to the other side. So I'm still solving for y. So how do I get these together? Both of them have y, so we can do what? They're not like terms, so I cannot combine them, but I can start with f. Factor y out. So after I factor, I should have y out, right? And then this is x minus 1, and then equal to 11 plus 5x, correct? So when I try to divide both sides with what? X minus 1, right? Sorry about that. And then you get rid of that, so this is y equal to this. And then you will change the y to what? Inverse of a function. Sorry, I copied the wrong stuff. But thank you for pointing it out. You're like paying close attention. Is it better? Okay, sorry about that. I copied like the line before that. That's why. Okay, question for this. So there are two log problems that you have to solve. One of them will look like this. Solving 3 log 5x equal to 4 log 5, 7. So we're solving for x. So we want to simplify this as much as possible. And I see both of them have log base 5, so that may help in a little bit. But what do we know about if we have a number in front of the log? That can turn into what? Exponents, very good. So this turn into exponents. So this is log base 5 x to the third power equal to log base 5, 7 raised to fourth power. Is that okay? Okay, so now what do we do? You have the same log on both sides, same base, just one term on each side. We can do what? We can cancel it. So basically we have x cubed equal to 7 raised to the fourth power. Is that okay? How do I get rid of the cube? Cube root. So I need to cube root both sides. So 7 to the fourth power means I have 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, right? Do you agree? So if I'm taking cube root, I need how many as a group to get out? 3 as a group. So this group can get out as 7, right? And then I have what in the root? Cube root of 7. So that would be the answer. I don't know why this is making a lot of noise. Cannot fix it. Okay, so that's one of them, and there's another solving look like the following. So this one I cannot just cancel all the log because it has 2 terms here. If I have just one term and one term and they're the same base of log, then you can cancel. So is there a way I can get this together as a single log? Combine the log how? Addition turn into multiplication, very good. So this would be log x times x plus 2 equal to log 15. So when you have just one term on each side, then that's the time you can cancel. So some people try to cancel at the very first step. That would be the common mistake. So once they are single log, then you can cancel. All right. So now let's see. We can multiply them together, right? So after we distribute, what do we get?
X squared plus 2x.
X squared plus 2x equal to 15. And then what? I'm solving for x, so I need to set this equal to 0 by moving the 15 to the other side. So x squared plus 2x minus 15 equal to 0. Is that okay? And how do I solve that? You can factor. So something times something equal to a times c. What is a times c? Negative 15, and add together equal to 2. What would be the two numbers? 5 and 3 are hurt. I need a positive 2, so it's going to be positive 5 and negative 3, and 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So that sounds work. I'm going to break them into plus 5x minus 3x and bring down the other two terms, right? When I have 4 terms, then we do what? Factor by grouping in pairs. So the first pair we can pull out x times x plus 5, very good. And the second pair we pull out negative 3. When we pull out negative, this needs to change sign, right? So inside we have x plus 5 also, they match, so that's a good sign. X plus 5, x minus 3 equal to 0, right? So x equal to -5 and 3. Final answer? Just 3 because like this is in the answer of log, right? So answer of log need to be greater than 0. If I put a -5 there, that's not going to work. If I put a 3, it's going to work here, it's going to work here. So x equal to 3 is the only answer. Okay? So it does have one that you have to check the answer. So those two are the solving of log. Are we okay? So remember 4.1, we have two formula asked you to plug in to find the money interest rate. So one of them is A equal to PERT. One is A equal to P1 plus R over N and T, right?